Everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. I have an update to share about one of Trump's Capitol insurrectionists. It's time for an episode of Where Are They Now?
Matthew Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
So 26-year-old Tanner Sells is an Oklahoma resident. He shared photos and videos that he took inside the Capitol on Facebook on January 6th. Sells was also seen on surveillance video entering and walking around inside the Capitol. And when he was interviewed by the FBI, Sells admitted that he knew he wasn't allowed to be inside the building. He also told the FBI that he traveled to DC with members of his church. Nice Christians, just trying to overthrow the government for a lifelong proven con artist, a cheater, liar, thief, regular day at the church. No biggie. Anyway, overall, Sells' case was pretty simple. It was uneventful. Prosecutors didn't even share a full affidavit about his actions at the Capitol because I think he took a plea deal pretty early on, which I'll explain. But nevertheless, he was arrested on May 17th. He was charged with the standard 4 misdemeanors of entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 charges of disorderly conduct, and 1 count of parading or demonstrating in a Capitol. So like I said, Sells took a plea deal not too long after he was arrested, and he was looking at up to 6 months in prison, $5,000 in fines, yada, 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 for the parading in a Capitol charge, which is what he pleaded to. So prosecutors were asking for only 14 days in prison, 36 months of probation, and 60 hours of community service. But his attorney argued that he was only in the building for 5 minutes and he committed no acts of violence or vandalism. In fact, the attorney noted that he didn't even say anything while he was in the Capitol, which was really unheard of. I mean, he wasn't chanting or yelling or anything. And at the sentencing hearing, Sells told the court, quote, "There's been a lot of people that's told me that I should come in here and apologize and show my remorse. I have remorse for what I've done and all that. I made a mistake, but in the same time, I'm a man of accountability, and I'm willing to accept the mistakes that I made and accept your judgment in this." Well, Sells' case was handled by Judge Amy Berman Jackson, and she's been actually one of the tougher judges in these January 6 cases. And Judge Jackson seemed a little bit more than annoyed by Sells' attitude. She told him, quote, "I do appreciate the fact that you're willing to stand up and accept judgment, but I'm not sure that you actually understand what the problem was when you just call it a mistake. And I'm not sure what to make of the fact that your lawyer said you aren't proud of your participation, but you said nothing to me on that subject." So before handing down Sells' punishment, the judge also told him, quote, "I do want to make something clear, Mr. Sells. You were not prosecuted and you are not sitting in front of me today because you exercised your First Amendment right. You pled guilty to a federal offense. You broke the law. You're not here today because you supported the former president. Millions of people voted for him and did not heed his call to descend on the nation's capital. And there are plenty of people who came to hear the speeches that still managed to control themselves from entering the building. You contributed to the dangerousness. You contributed to the devastation, and you helped prolong the period of time before the halls could be cleared and secured and Congress could resume doing the people's business." Unfortunately, though, after all those tough words, Judge Jackson didn't give Sells any prison time. She ended up giving him 90 days of home confinement, 2 years of probation, and 50 hours of community service. And then she also ordered him to pay a $1,500 fine and a $500 restitution fee. Jackson also said that he could leave his home during the 90-day house arrest to go to work and to church and in order to pick up and return his son. As I've said before, I think home detention is bullshit. It's just a court-ordered excuse to Netflix and chill. That's all it is. And, if this is the kind of thing that your church is dragging you into, telling you to come along and take part in, yeah, you should probably find another church, especially if they're supporting someone of the character of Donald Trump. That kind of really tells you everything you need to know right there. Anyway, guys, I will talk with you soon. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care.